What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak your mind, sports talk. All right, we're gonna talk about Joshua versus Usyk and Wilder versus Fury. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with these fights and basically the implications of it. Kevin in the building. First up, what's good with you, Kevin? Good to see you, brother. So here's what I say about this whole Joshua Fury situation. Tyson, not Joshua Fury, but Joshua and Usyk and Tyson, Tyson Fury and Wilder. Okay, before this fight came about, all of us was expecting Fury Joshua 3. That's what the expectations was. Fury Joshua for 4-belt undisputed. I'm sorry. That's what the expectation was. Well, here's the thing. Fury and we can get 4-belt undisputed still. We can still get that match, right? But it's definitely going to have to be a Joshua win. Because the way I look at it is this. Oleksander Usyk and let's say Oleksander Usyk versus Fury. Oleksander Usyk versus Deontay Wilder. Yeah, it's a 4-belt undisputed match. All right. But it's some things with that. Usyk most likely will have to beat Joshua twice. That's first and foremost. He'll have to take out Joshua 2 times because I'm quite sure that Eddie Hearn and Joshua has, unlike the mistake Lomachenko made, I'm pretty sure they have a rematch clause. They figured out a way to get a rematch clause into their fight. So Usyk will probably have to beat Joshua again. If he should win the first time. So that's something that's going to throw a monkey wrench in 4-belt undisputed for sure. Slow us down. Maybe we don't get it. Here's something else. If Usyk fights Deontay Wilder or either Tyson Fury, remember, man, the money plays a part in boxing. It's got to be a lot of money, a big money fight. Usyk versus Fury, Usyk versus Wilder. Yeah, the fighter makes some money, but it's not the biggest fight in boxing, right? Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua for all belts. Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua for all belts. Both of those fights are massive. There aren't any fights that would be bigger than those two fights. You're talking about with Wilder versus Joshua is your American heavyweight versus the UK heavyweight. Massive fight. People have been wanting to see them since way back, since the $50 million offer. That, the intrigue of that fight, I'm sure, has gone nowhere. So if Wilder was able to pull it off and beat Tyson Fury, and, again, this is predicated on Joshua winning versus Oleksander Usyk. 4-belt undisputed for that match is massive. I don't think so either, Kevin. I don't know. I can't tell you, bro. I don't even know why they didn't go out. I don't know. But it is what it is, bro. It's all good. No big deal. But no, I don't think any notifications went out either because usually we'll have more people. But it's okay. I'll figure it out, bro. Ain't no big deal. But anyhow, Joshua versus Wilder is huge, bro. It's a huge fight. And Joshua versus Fury is a massive fight. I mean, by the money, by the views, like everybody wants to see these fights. These fights are massive, bro. Absolutely massive. Oleksander Usyk versus Wilder or Fury, not so much. So that's one thing we're gonna have to pay attention to. Um, Man, that does suck about those notifications, though. I don't know. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know why the notifications aren't going off. But hey, guys, make sure y'all share the videos and like them, and that'll help us get back to the algorithms. We got kicked out of the algorithms, especially for our lives after that long live for Mateo, and then I took like a month off, so we far out of the algorithms. But I'm not worried about that, man. You know, people will watch the playback till people start joining us more. This might not even run these things that long, but it's all good. So, uh, I think that the heat is on Joshua to win. I don't really feel like the performance, he has to have a spectacular performance or any of that. Hell, even if he struggles with Oleksander Usyk, but he wins, I don't really think that matters. The big thing is that between Oleksander Usyk and Anthony Joshua, I just feel like if for the fans, if we want a 4-belt undisputed match, this is pretty much a must win for Anthony Joshua. For the fans, for this 4-belt undisputed match, nothing will get in the way of that match if Joshua wins. The next match, Fury Wilder, if they plan to take on Joshua, nothing can get in the way of that. And there is no mandatory situation for the WBA or the WBC. The WBO mandatory is going to be satisfied here with Usyk. The IBF mandatory was satisfied with Kubrat Pulev. Therefore, if Joshua wins, there's nothing standing in the way of 4-belt undisputed. But he has to win. If we want 4-belt undisputed, he has to win. If Oleksander Usyk was to win this fight, man, politics are going to get all in the way of 4-belt undisputed. We never get it. Wilder, as far as Deontay Wilder is concerned, I don't believe that Deontay Wilder and the PBC are going to blow any more chances. So if Joshua was to beat Oleksander Usyk, and let's say Wilder stops Tyson Fury, I think this fight happens this time. He already gave up $100 million. And he got to be kicking himself at home every night. He has to be kicking himself at home every night for giving up that amount of money. I don't think he does it again. I really don't. And I'm not sure what the rematch situation is with Fury and Wilder, if there even is one. Hell, this is the third fight, so I doubt that any rematch clause on either side would be implemented. I tell you the truth, I couldn't imagine Wilder winning and wanting to give Fury another chance, or vice versa. If Fury wins again, there's no sense in giving Wilder another chance. But if Wilder was to win, I couldn't imagine him giving Fury another shot, especially after all of the things Fury and Bob Arum did concerning Wilder and his rematch and his shot again. The tension and anger and vindictiveness will be at play there. So I couldn't imagine it. If Fury wins, again, there's no sense in him giving Wilder the rematch. This is their third fight. Wilder couldn't beat him the first time. They didn't beat each other. He totally trashed Wilder in the second fight. If he beats him again, there's simply no reason for Tyson Fury to even offer Wilder another fight. So, with that Tyson Fury and Wilder situation, I don't really think it much matters between those two who wins, because it's a huge fight versus Anthony Joshua anyway. 4-belt undisputed versus Wilder, man, everybody's buying that. I'm going to watch it. I pay for it, and I'm thinking mostly everybody's going to pay for that. Wilder versus Joshua for all 4 belts. If it's Joshua versus Fury for belts. I'm not gonna say everybody's gonna pay for it, but bro, a whole hell of a lot of people are gonna want to watch that fight. So the fight to be made is Joshua versus one of these two guys for 4-belt undisputed. And I do believe that that's the best chance we have as boxing fans to get that fight. It's going to be Joshua has to win. Shiz Big, what's good with you, brother? It has to be a win by Joshua here. And if it's not a win by Joshua, then hey, man, what are you going to do? Now, there's been a lot of talk about Oleksander, from Oleksander Usyk, not about Oleksander Usyk. There's been a lot of talk. I mean, he's definitely confident that he's going to win this fight. I mean, I personally don't see it. Patrick in the building, was good with you, brother. He said, I agree, the politics will be a huge thing. And the undisputed won't happen if he doesn't win. That's my thing, Patrick. That's how I feel about it. I think that politics gets all in the way with a Usyk win. I mean, we've been around the ringer with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and I do believe wholeheartedly that Deontay Wilder, even some of his team, they got to be kicking themselves because they didn't take that initial offer. No way they blow it again. It's going to be even more money thrown in his direction this time. 3 or 4 times what he's ever made in boxing in one fight. And of course, we already know that if Fury wins the fight again, man, that's pretty much a lot because those two guys want to fight each other anyhow. They want to get it in anyhow. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Patrick. I just think that if Oleksander Usyk were to win, we can forget about 4-belt undisputed anytime soon, for sure. We can forget about it. Joshua has to win this. Joshua don't win, we don't get 4-belt undisputed. And I'm pretty sure, like somewhere, even though it's a mandatory, because Oleksander Usyk, Samuel Wild Shaw in the building. What's good with you, Samuel Wild? Man, they ain't sending out my notifications, Samuel Wild. Everybody, please hit the like for me, man. YouTube ain't sent out no notification. But, damn, I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. Anyway, Oleksander Usyk, he's not a draw, man. There's not, like, besides, first off, most people don't know who the hell Oleksander Usyk is. Diehard fans know Oleksander Usyk, real boxing fans, but bro, he's not a world beater. He's not a big boxing star. No way anybody could tell me that he's more popular than Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder because he's not even close. Popularity is what sells. A lot of people don't even know Oleksander Usyk. No one gives a shit about, pardon my French, but nobody really cares too much about cruiserweight. It's unfortunate. I think that all weight classes should be respected, but the reality is no one really pays much attention to cruiserweight. And this is where Oleksander Usyk has had all of his success. He has 2 fights at the heavyweight division. He's not a crowd pleaser. He's not a guy that's a huge draw. So Joshua fighting either Fury or Wilder is going to be much better as far as the finances are concerned. I think much more anticipated by the fans and everything. Patrick said, let me see, they didn't send out those notifications at all. Yeah, I know. I don't even know why, bro. Nobody got them. It's all good though. I ain't sweating it, man. I don't care. I just sent something out in the hangout, so maybe a few more will show up. Appreciate it, bro. I got to get these freaking pages started. Hangouts, Discord page, and all of this other kind of stuff. Queen Lisa in the building. What's good, Queen Lisa? Intangible, what's up, Intangible? He says Joshua and Fury isn't happening. Truth be told, Wilder will hand Fury his first L in boxing masterclass. He'll have Fury swinging there. Yeah, I doubt that, bro. Even still, even still, it don't really, intangible. It don't. To me, the outcome of Joshua Fury. This is for four belt undisputed solely, and that's what I'm really focusing on in this live here with these four guys. And, for us to get back to four belt undisputed, I don't really think anything's predicated on the winner of Wilder Fury. Doesn't even matter. Like when it comes to four belt undisputed, they don't even matter. Everybody, please make sure y'all hit that like and share for me because freaking notifications not going out. But it's all about Anthony Joshua winning. To me, that's what it's mostly about. Joshua has to win this fight. It's a must-win fight for Anthony Joshua, at least concerning four belt undisputed. At least concerning that, it's a must-win fight. Joshua has to get this one. El Primo, mi hermano, what's good with you? Because like I was saying earlier, man, politics is gonna kill the game. And I haven't heard anything yet. Then I need to, probably read around some more. But I don't know if any of you guys heard of anything. I just haven't heard of a rematch clause being agreed upon. The last thing that I heard concerning a rematch clause and the Usyk and Joshua situation is that Joshua can't demand it because Oleksander Usyk utilized his WBO exclusion. He doesn't have to deal with Joshua. He doesn't have to make any deals. He doesn't have to succumb to, a whole lot of A-side tactics because he has the right to fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has no choice but to fight him or give up the belt. See, in this situation, it's not Usyk coming up. Say, oh, please, Mr. Joshua, give me a chance. No, Joshua has no choice but to fight him. So I don't believe that he can demand any type of rematch clause. I do feel like whether it's money involved or whatever, giving Usyk a little bigger piece of the pie, or however they establish this, I think that there's no way Joshua and Eddie Hearn will not implement a rematch clause in this fight. So I will say that. But, intangible, I hope you're trolling if you really think that Wilder is going to have Fury or loss. I don't think so. If Usyk beats AJ, they'll install a rematch clause for every time Usyk wins. So I agree. Yeah. They don't find a way to put that in there, bro. You know what I mean? I don't think Usyk beats AJ. That's another thing. I don't think he wins. Queen Lisa, thank you, sis. Glad to be back. Samuel, I appreciate that that share, fam. Appreciate that. Looked like it worked out pretty good. Oh, Primo says, hey, Klanza in the building. He says, Joshua cycling off. They stalling. Could be Glanza. Don't tell any Joshua fans that, though, Glanza. You might get in trouble. He could be cycling off, bro. Joshua will fight Usyk, then White. Why you say that? WBC ain't gonna order that. Or wait a minute. Wait. I don't understand that one, Glanza, because Dillian White is stuck on his WBC run. I don't think that he doesn't have any rights in the other sanctioning bodies. He's ranked higher in the WBO, but Usyk has the keys to that. There is no mandatory for the WBO. There is no mandatory for the IBF. I don't understand the White situation. Why would he fight White and not the winner of Wilder Fury for all four belts for a boatload of more money? Him just going to the White fight next, that doesn't really make sense to me, fam. I don't get that one. You know, Usyk going to win. I don't know, Ralph. We'll have to see. I don't think that it's impossible for Usyk to win. I'm picking Joshua to win that fight. I think that there's a chance that Oleksander Usyk can outbox him, man. Sure. I'm not saying that Usyk can't win this fight. There's a chance he can outbox Anthony Joshua. Um, Oleksander Usyk is an outstanding boxer. He has to stay away from the power. And if anybody can do that, it's Oleksander Usyk. So I'm just picking Joshua, but I don't think it's far-fetched to believe that Usyk could win that fight. However, what I will say, Ralph, is this. They are going to find a way to implement a rematch clause. So if Usyk does win the fight, it ain't over there. It definitely ain't over there. And that's not something that leads us to 4-belt undisputed. Keep in mind, Ralph, I'm just talking about the 4-belt undisputed situation here. I feel like it's a must win for Joshua. And speaking of the rematch clause, which I do believe they'll institute or implement, Usyk wins, then they're going to be fighting again. So for sure, no 4-belt there. Because they're going to fight again. Eddie Hearn, Joshua's done too much work, collected too many straps to just let them all go like that. Hey, you know what I mean? Thunderdome in the building, my bro. Ant, what's good with you, Ant? Good to see you, fam. Welcome back. D, thank you, bro. Feel good to be back. The break was good too, Ant. I tell you that. Kevin said AJ slumps him. Yeah, Kevin, I think he wins. I think he stops him too. Press the like button, please. Thank you, Queen Lisa. Yeah, guys, everybody press the like, share it if you can. Appreciate you. Ross says, D, I'm surprised you give Usyk a chance. Why? Look, man. I always said that I think that Usyk, Fury, Joshua, Fury, these guys here, Joshua, Fury, and Wilder, I always thought that Usyk couldn't beat them. I would pick these guys to beat Oleksander Usyk. I think he has probably the best chance against Deontay Wilder, because he has the least boxing acumen. However, he can, Usyk. Look, the only thing we really need to know about Usyk, Ralph, is if he can take the power. Right? That's it. And with Tyson Fury, that's not really the question, is if he could take the power, is if he can outbox Tyson Fury. That's a pure boxing match between those two. But Oleksander Usyk, concerning Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, is if he can take the power or stay away from it, Ralph. Because if he can stay away from catching him with anything clean, then the odds say that he'll outbox those guys. Both of them, Joshua and Wilder, if he can stay away from getting hit clean. So you got to give him a chance, bro. You got to give him a chance. It's 100 degrees. Yeah, it's hot. Must be hot everywhere, Queen Lisa. It's freaking 90-something degrees here. This is Ohio. So I know, it's a heat wave going through the 93. Yeah, it's 93 right now in Ohio. Freaking heat wave going through. Big up, G-Man Boxing in the building. Did I drop that link, guys? I don't know if I did. Let me see. If I didn't, I'm going to drop it again. Yeah, let me drop this link right quick. Yeah, heat everywhere. Look at that. 96 degrees in New York. Well, man, it's crazy. Y'all know that it was just the other day here. It was 62 degrees. Like 2 or 3 days ago. And we're right back up. And in the 90s. Well, not back up. We done got up to the 90s. All right, let me see. I lost my spot in the chat. Tangy MMA bet surgeon. a primo. Screen for a rematch clause. Usyk gonna win. My man Ant in the building. Just sliding down. All right, there it is. New Jersey. You in Jersey, Queen Lisa? Yeah, it's hot all around there, man. That's crazy. Shadow Boxing says Usyk outboxing Joshua. Let's put the Kush down. Hey, Shadow Boxing, bro. It ain't even about the Kush, man. Usyk, he outboxed Hunter and Chisora. That's it, bro. That doesn't mean he's gonna outbox Joshua. And it's not just me. You see what Kevin says here? Shadow boxing. AJ slumps him. Right? Go ask IBFP what happens to Usyk in that fight. Well, a lot of people believe AJ is going to win that fight. They don't feel like Usyk has what it takes to stay away from AJ's power. AJ's a good boxer himself. It's not like AJ's just some big schlum with power. Boxing, shadow boxing, he can fight. Ralph said 96 in New York. Makai Sorrow was good. Usyk complains about body shots a lot. Joshua needs to rotate anti-clockwise and attack that body. I will say that is definitely should be a focal point. I agree with that, Makai. Work them down to that body, break them down. Make them think twice about coming in there. Take some of that energy away. I'm not sure that, Usyk has a hell of a gas tank. So, but the body shot, maybe the wear and tear to break them down, to at least slow him some. But Usyk has a phenomenal gas tank. So, Usyk, I just hope he doesn't try to put on too much weight. He's going to have to throw on some weight because Joshua was a massive heavyweight, one of the biggest. So Usyk ain't gonna be able to come in there too light, But then he's kind of playing he's playing a balance game there because you don't want to throw on too much muscle, then it makes him too slow and sluggish, and that's bad. He doesn't want to be. He wants to have that advantage of being quicker, more fleet of foot than Joshua. And to be able to maintain that for 12 rounds. So he won't be able to pack on but so much muscle. And I do agree with you, Makai. He should definitely look to attack the body of Oleksander Usyk for sure. I hope that is in the game plan, at least for Joshua's sake. I don't really care either way, one way or the other. I'm a fan of Furies, but for Joshua's sake and for 4-belt Undisputed, I do hope that that's in the game plan. We don't really have Usyk winning this fight doesn't really give us good chances for 4-belt Undisputed at all. It has to be Joshua here. And that's just my opinion. It's pouring up here in Western Pennsylvania. Yeah, rain would be welcome here right now, Kevin. People probably be out in the street dancing. People in Ohio and Columbus, they don't like no heat out here, buddy. We used to cold winters that last long. When that heat comes, it's like a heat wave. Man, they're not really trying to hear that heat out here. Shadow Boxer said, Ralph, you must be selling that Kush. Shadow, you must be on crack if you think Joshua can't beat Fury. Forget about all the Kush you're talking about. You must be smoking crack. Your guy is not the favorite, bro. He's the underdog, and he's the underdog for a reason. Because he hadn't done a mere pittance at heavyweight what Joshua has done. Usyk's claim to fame is cruiserweight. They got weight classes for a reason, shadow boxing. So you can't act like just because he was so successful at cruiserweight that he's going to just be that successful at heavyweight. Different weight class. Usyk has not had anybody in front of him remotely close to the size of an Anthony Joshua. No one. Not even close to it. Ain't no cruiserweights that damn big, fam. You speak facts only? You ain't speaking the fact right now, Ralph. Who you talking? Yeah, that's false. That's false information right there, Ralph. Oh man, you crazy. Too much muscle. You know how long it takes to put on a notable amount of muscle. Yeah, yeah. Which is, but AJ's done a really excellent job since that first Ruiz fight at toning his muscles down. He's still big. He's still a bigger guy, but he has a different type of build now. It's more of a lean. He has more lean muscles now. He still has muscles and plenty of them. Like I said, he's still a big guy, shadow boxing, but he's toned down. He used to be one of these big fat neck, arms out to the side, bodybuilder style muscle. That's the wrong kind of muscle to have in any sport that's full of cardio. Uh, any soccer, basketball, you know, sports like that, you don't see these big, massive bodybuilder style because they have to have a lot of endurance running up and down the field or up and down the court. And it's the same thing with boxing, high cardio. You got to be moving a lot. 36 minutes of moving around a ring. You can't have those tight, bulky muscles, man. Restricts the flow of oxygen, and oxygen being restricted is no good. It affects your breathing and it affects the blood flow. Your muscles operate, they need oxygen. So if you're restricting a lot of that oxygen coming in, you're gassing out, your muscles feel weak, your punches don't mean anything. So, yeah, it does. But he's done a great job at toning his muscles down. Most of that weight on Usyk is water and fluff. No, it's not. Usyk is in pretty good shape. Usyk shouldn't put on much muscle. Not a good idea. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. He's gonna have to put on some though, Ralph. He gonna have to put on some muscle because Joshua's very very big heavyweight. Your guy Duck, Ustinov, Pulev, Joshua, and White. Jeez, Makai. Yo, no punches there, did you? Did he duck all of them? Shadow Boxing says, I'm picking Joshua, dude. What the F, bro? Oh, okay. Well, man, y'all trolling. Look, I don't look. I've been gone for a month. I don't know what y'all trolling. Intangible came in here trolling, talking about Fury gonna take his first L. I don't know. Look, y'all know how much crazy things are said around the YTBC, man. Ralph from Real shows how much you know about your guy. You have to ask. Oh, D Shadow is a AJ fanboy. Why? Why? Because he believes he's gonna beat Usyk. I'm not even an AJ fan, and I believe he's gonna beat Usyk. I don't think he's a fanboy. Makai saw I'm not a fanboy. Just speak facts. Yeah. Kevin said, Ralph, weren't you saying that Canelo is ducking Andre? That's not facts. Did Ralph say that? Probably. Yeah. Canelo ain't ducking no one. Ralph from Real, didn't call you a fanboy, but your facts are only in your mind. Yeah, you know what we call those, Makai? We call those alternative facts. Yeah, Ralph got some alternative facts for us here. We all know AJ has been sipping Capri Sun since his amateur day. Oh man, you guys are crazy. Chain with Ice, what's good with you, brother? So now let's talk about these matchups a little bit because everybody, y'all going back and forth. We'll start with Usyk versus Joshua. Let me see. I say Duck Usyk, Pulev. How many of the fighters you mentioned fit that criteria? He's not gonna put on my team. I thought there's too short of time. Well, yeah, but I mean, he's already been to work at that. He's going into, if you're still talking about the muscles and the training, he did excessive training on that after the first fight with Andy Ruiz. He started toning down, leaning out, working on his footwork, and he's continued. And he expressed that he would continue to make to transition that way. So, you know, it's not like it's a Wilder situation where now all of a sudden in this camp you want to make everything better. No, Joshua's actually been working on this for 2 years now, right? It's been almost 2 years since the Ruiz situation. So I think he's good. No need to riddle. And yeah, so I guess it's a lot of fanboys. I don't look, man. I don't think either of you guys are fanboys. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to believe that either of these guys will win or can win this fight. Usyk can outbox Joshua. So for Ralph, I agree that there is a chance Usyk can outbox Joshua, can definitely stop Usyk. So Shadow, I agree. Sort of like I said about Tank Davis earlier, with these situations, we need to try to find a middle ground. Sometimes people overblow the situation, and then sometimes people don't give enough credit and underestimate the situation. Um, so, you know, I guess that's where we are here. I think both of these guys can beat each other. I would give the fight 65-35. You know, at best 60-40, but in favor of Joshua. That's just my assessment on it. I'm just proving how much you don't know about what you're talking about. Pay attention to the sport of boxing, not the highlight reels. Oh boy, y'all going back and forth. Rob, go to the fight. You can catch Usyk head once Joshua uppercuts it off. That uppercut is mean, Shadow. I will say that. Joshua got a mean uppercut. Pigeon! Pigeon Mike Tyson in the building. What's good? What's good, Joe Rule? He said, honestly, I don't see Undisputed happening anytime soon against Fury or Wilder. They don't want to risk Matchroom having all the belts. Nah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Listen, if the Saudis would have came through with the purse and this whole debacle didn't happen with the arbitration, you know, the fight was on, fam. They were trying to make that fight. All of these narratives about Bob and Fury not really wanting to fight. Come on, bro. I don't even understand why people believe those narratives. This is what you guys got to understand. What runs this sport and every other major sport? Money. Do you guys understand that sports, professional sports is a business? NBA collects billions of dollars in fines and fees and charges and commercials, and NFL, MLB, FIFA soccer, NHL, UFC. This is what they do. It's a business, fam. They're not going to turn down $500 million, Joe. They don't care about any belts. These sanctioning bodies are going to get in the way before they allow anybody to turn down $500 million. Everybody gets paid on this type of fight. Everyone. So no, bro, because of the amount of money, the massive amount of money that this type of fight would bring, Joe, no way. No way. I do see a rematch if Joshua gets past Usyk. That's the big thing. He's got to get past Usyk. The two at the bottom, Fury and Wilder, it doesn't matter. It's huge money, all types of money in the fight with Wilder or Fury. The winner up top, Joshua versus Usyk. Joshua versus Usyk. I said Joshua versus Usyk. Joshua versus Usyk. That's the fight. That's the fight that has to be won. And it has to be won by Joshua. Yeah, what's up, Jeff? I'm glad to be back, brother. Glad to be back. Talking about Usyk, D put on lean. Contractile tissue. Oh, you talking about muscle? Yeah, yeah. You just threw me off, shadow boxing. Like I don't even know how you wrote it. Like yeah. Even Fear's put on some muscle. To tell you the truth, sometimes you can't see because he got a little pudge down there, but he's put on some money. Smoking Joe in the building. What's good with you, Smoking Joe? Fish says we gotta hope White gets mandated. He's the only one seems willing. Yeah, without all of the BS, right, Fish? I hope he does get mandated, but they're not talking about bringing mandatories back for the WBC until February of 2022. Last time I heard, so I'm not too sure how that one plays out. Makai said that Witherspoon performance in a draw. Yeah, I said who did I say? Hunter, yeah, Chase Witherspoon. That's who he fought, not Michael Hunter. That Witherspoon performance in the draw with Chisora doesn't inspire confidence in Usyk. People will be surprised by how limited Usyk's skills are at heavyweight. Could be right, Makai, but I'm not sure. I think that he showed a lot of skills in these last two fights. The fact that he didn't get, not as much as Chase Witherspoon, but a little bit more so in his fight with Derek Chisora. He showed us some things that I validated Usyk at the heavyweight division after the Chisora fight. I said he's good. He can fight at heavyweight. He's a valid heavyweight. But what I also said about that fight is that the struggles that he had with Chisora, I didn't believe that was enough to make me feel confident that he would beat Fury, Wilder, or Joshua. So I think that he's a valid heavyweight. He's shown us the skills already. And then he fought, arguably, I would say the best gatekeeper and the heavyweight division. I don't think there's a bigger test or better gatekeeper than Derek Chisora. Like you coming up as a young heavyweight or you're moving up in weight class. I think Derek Chisora is the ultimate test at the heavyweight division. If you can get past Chisora, in my opinion, at the heavyweight division, then you validate yourself as a legitimate heavyweight, right? And so that's what Oleksander Usyk did once he beat Derek Chisora. The type of performance that he had is almost expected because he's a guy moving up in weight. I mean, he wasn't no concussive puncher. Oleksander Usyk wasn't a concussive puncher at cruiserweight. It's not like he's just going to bounce up to heavyweight and all of a sudden power's going to come from nowhere. So I think it should have been a level of expectation for that fight with Derek Chisora. I don't know if you felt like you needed to see more. I needed to see him win. I would have liked to see him win a little bit more convincingly if I'm going to give him more of a chance against Wilder, Fury, or Joshua, which is why I don't give him more of a chance against Wilder, Fury, or Joshua, because me personally, I believe Chisora to be a lower level fighter than all of these guys. Joshua, Wilder, and Fury. And if you have a tumultuous battle with a guy like Derek Chisora, then I will say I don't have faith in you beating them, but competing with them, yeah, I think he's all right for that. Said the Witherspoon performance and draw with Chisora. Yeah. Gonna season. What's up, brother? Gonna season in the building. Fish says Lisa Guna. At least everybody saluting each other. That's what's up. UK Midlands in the building. Okay. All right. You from the Midlands out there in the UK smoking Joe? Fish said, well, you got to understand they could have squashed it in December. They didn't. And doing that, turned down a massive amount on the offer to White. Is the only one willing. And by the way, he beats Luke, no problem. Yeah, right. Oh boy, man. Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious, Fish. You know the fighter in the heavyweight that Dillian White had his I would say two best fights was Derek Chisora. It was absolute wars, both of those fights. Chisora was up on the scorecards in the second fight until White knocked him out of there. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know, Fish. I don't think that he can win. Tony Reviews, my guy Tony Reviews, he believes Dillian White could beat Fury as well. I don't think so, to tell you the truth, Fish. I think he loses to Fury. You know. And that's not even really a biased assessment. Everybody knows I'm a Fury fan. I just don't think White has what it takes to beat Tyson Fury. I think he has the boxing acumen. Whoever losing in the Fury Wilder and AJ Usyk fights are likely dropping behind White. What the hell just happened to my... Sorry, guys. My screen just went blank on me, bro. All right, it's back. We back in the building. Joe Rule says, at least the other sports have systems. Boxing doesn't. Everyone can pick and choose anyone they want. But yeah, I mean, that kind of sucks, though. It is. I mean, that's the thing. It allows for a lot more politics and corruption to get in the way when it is like that. I mean, yeah, even the other individual sports like tennis and golf and sports like that when there's one-on-one, and then you look at like the UFC platform and Bellator. And these guys got to take certain fights. They can't just run around challenging this guy and challenging that guy. Hell, the UFC networks don't even really want to work with each other. Not yet, anyway. Once that starts happening, Dana White is going to have his own list of problems over there once those networks start integrating. But yeah, you're right about that, Joe Rule. It's sort of a free fall in boxing, which is why we have more corruption. Well, I'm not going to say more corruption, but a high level of corruption, but definitely more politics, because corruption is in every sport. So forget about that. That's not exclusive to boxing. And politics is involved in every sport as well. I just think that it's at a higher level in boxing because of what you're saying here. I don't really disagree with that. Does provide for a lot of issues and problems we have as fans in this sport. Jeff said, would love to see you succeed, but I'm skeptical that he beats you. Yeah, me too, man. Like even Dillian White, I would like to see him. Andy Ruiz, King Kong Ortiz, Oscar Rivas. I would like to see him fight these guys. Takam, Hergovich, I really wanted to see Usyk. To me, that Carlos Takam, like if he fights Carlos Takam and Derek Chisora, he gets a lot more respect than Derek Chisora and Chase Witherspoon. Like, you know what I mean? But remember, he was supposed to fight Carlos Takam coming in the gate. That's who they were going to fight. Carlos Takam, that was right out the gate, coming right to the heavyweight division. He was going to fight Takam, and then he didn't. He ended up fighting Chase Witherspoon. I think it was supposed to be Takam or Hunter, wasn't it, in the beginning? And he didn't fight either one of those guys. He fought freaking Chase Witherspoon, and after that he fought Derek Chisora, which I think Del Boy was a good fight, but we'll see, man. Usyk is a boxer, though, and I ain't gonna never sleep on a guy that's a boxer and that's pure. It has that much talent. Eho Park in the building. What's good, mi hermano? Said, to be fair, none of the top 3 heavies are gonna put Usyk in the headlocks. Yeah, throw low blows or come barging in head first like Derek. Yeah. Not saying Usyk beats them, but yeah, he has a good shot. Yeah, that's what I say, EO. He's got a chance, bro. We can't sit here and say that he doesn't have a chance. He has a chance, man. Styles. Fishy crazy. Yep, Styles. I got you, dog. Wilder and Fury seem to have a love for each other. Yeah, love-hate relationship. I don't know how much love is there, shadow boxing. I know we as fans, we need Joshua to win this fight, bro. That's for sure. England 2-0 versus Germany. Usyk is not German, Toby. He's from Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan or something. He's from where Lomachenko is from. He's not German, Dutch. Sprakency Dutch. He's not that. You guys. You're just throwing them like Asians, People call anybody Koreans. They're all Chinese people. Oh, he's Chinese. Yeah, they could be Cambodian, Philippine, Taiwanese, Korean. Leave it up to them. They're Chinese. And now you say German. That fool ain't German. Onwards and upwards. Don't want to peak too early. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're in their primes. Unless you're talking about like the fight situation, like in between the fight. But they both, they're less than a full year apart. All 3 of them, actually, besides Deontay Wilder. I think Usyk is a little older than Fury and Joshua. Okay, what's good?
Yeah, what's good, D's?
What's up, bro? What's good with you? Silver Surfer Luigi, what's up, brother? Hey, Makai, hold on right quick. I gotta go out and come back in. Be right back. There you go. 15 seconds of fame, Makai.
Yo, what's good, D?
What's up, bro? You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. How you been, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
So what do you think about what I'm saying here? I say that if we have, for the fans' sake, if we have any chance at 4-belt Undisputed, it starts with Joshua beating Usyk. I don't really think it matters who wins between Fury and Wilder, because Wilder versus Joshua is huge, massive 4-belt Undisputed heavyweight fight. It's America versus the UK. And Fury versus Joshua was already looking to set records, But Usyk versus those 2 guys, not so much. It's not, the demand is not as high. It's a good chance that Eddie Hearn and Joshua will institute or implement some type of rematch clause, which would delay it. And yeah, if he'll even beat him, then how many people know him? He's not as popular as any of these guys. For the fans, the hardcore fans, the diehards. Yeah, we know what Usyk is. We know that he's 4-belt undisputed. We know the Holyfield comparisons, but ask the average fan or the casual fan, Usyk, Hollywood, Holyfield. But they go on Holyfield all day long. They didn't know anything about Usyk. Most people don't know Oleksander Usyk, so his stock is not there. But Wilder and Fury sells out. I mean, Wilder and Joshua sells like crazy. Fury Joshua sells like crazy. And if Joshua was to win, there is no politics there. Joshua's already satisfied the WBO and IBF mandatory, and there is no situation with the WBC. They already said they're pushing theirs back to February 2021. So we need Joshua for the fans. If we have any light in getting 4-belt undisputed, we're going to need Joshua to win this. He's going to have to win this fight.
Yeah, it definitely all hinges on Joshua beating Usyk, which, obviously there is no such thing as a foolproof victory in especially in heavyweight boxing. But I just don't see, in terms of what Usyk's brought to the heavyweight division thus far, I don't see how he's going to be able to upset the apple cart there. People talking about Ruiz. Ruiz is an actual heavyweight. And Joshua, he took the day off. He thought he could go out there and be the Mayweather and partying and, all that, and not taking your fat, chubby guy seriously. And, he embarrassed you. So that's the reality of that situation. But with Usyk, I think Joshua learned a big lesson from, thinking that you're the man before you are the man. And with Usyk, he's going to take him very seriously. And Joshua's improved his boxing skills, immensely, especially his footwork. He's nowhere near as flat-footed as he used to be. So, and if you look at the Usyk versus Michael Hunter fight at cruiserweight, and you look at the strategy that Michael Hunter implemented in that fight, and bearing in mind Michael Hunter took that fight on like 10 days notice and just come off a 14-month layoff. So if you look at the strategy he implemented, he was moving around Usyk anti-clockwise, basically taking away Usyk's southpaw. And every time Hunter went to the body, Usyk was complaining. He did the same thing in the Chisora fight as well.
Yeah, well, he better hope he don't catch those blows from AJ.
That's my point.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a problem at home. He catch those blows from AJ down to that body, man. Look, I'm with you on this one, Makai. I can't wrap my mind around with the Chase Witherspoon and the Derek Chisora performances. I can't wrap my mind around him beating Joshua, because Derek Chisora, and I was saying this earlier, I think maybe a little bit before you jumped in, Derek Chisora is the top of the line gatekeeper. I don't think that when you look at gatekeepers test, you know what I mean, at the heavyweight division, Derek Chisora is that guy. There's no guy.
He is that guy.
He's that guy. It's no guy that you can say journeyman / gatekeeper, whatever you want to call him, that's at a higher level than him, because he's actually in those fights. When he fought with Fury, he was in that fight. When he fought with Dillian White, he was in that fight. Fought with Usyk, he was in that fight. Right? This is the guy. That's the ultimate test at the heavyweight division. Now, Usyk passed that test, but it's not like he passed with flying colors.
Yeah. If you beat Chisora when he's come to actually win, then you are definitely in the top 15 of the heavyweight contenders. 100%. You can't write any man, because what people tend to do is they look at Chisora's resume and they say, oh, he lost to this guy and he lost to that guy. Go and check out Chisora's mentality and his mood in some of those fights. He didn't go there to win. He went there to get paid. But the fights where he goes in there to win and you beat him on that night, trust me, you're definitely in the top 15.
For sure, bro. You have, my thing with Oleksander Usyk when he fought Chase Witherspoon, I didn't give a damn about that win. I was like, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, he fought Chase Witherspoon at heavyweight, but when he went and fought Derek Chisora, I simply said it before the fight. If he beats Derek Chisora, he validates himself as a heavyweight. He already has the
100%.
skills. So if he beats Derek Chisora, he validates himself as a heavyweight. But I also said before that fight, I'm going to determine his chances against Wilder, Fury, and Joshua depending on how he beats Derek Chisora. And the way he beat Derek Chisora, I wasn't comfortable. I don't think he beat him convincingly enough for me to put him over the top three guys, which is Wilder, Fury, and Joshua.
I do think Usyk beats Parker though.
Now, yeah, because Parker's on a serious decline, in my opinion, fam.
Serious decline.
Yeah, bro, he's on a serious decline. So I would say now, yeah, I'm picking Usyk over Parker. Parker a couple of years ago, nah, bro. I think that would have been a hell of a fight. I just wouldn't pick Usyk comfortably over Parker. I think it would have been a hell of a fight, and I may have been leaning toward Parker. I think Andy Ruiz, I think Dillian White, Andy Ruiz, and Oscar Rivas gives Usyk hella problems.
I think Oscar Rivas stops Usyk, and I think Dillian White stops Usyk as well. And I think Ruiz. I don't think Ruiz would stop Usyk because I just don't see how. I think Usyk would be too clever with the reach.
Yeah, because they're eye to eye. Usyk's actually a little taller than Ruiz. He's got a longer reach, so I feel you there. But he's actually taller and got a longer reach than Rivas. But Rivas is good on the inside. He's an aggressive fighter. I think Usyk is far superior boxer to Oscar Rivas, though. I think
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
But what Usyk showed me in the Chisora fight, which is what makes me comfortable that I don't believe he beats Joshua, is that Chisora doesn't disguise his punches. And the moments where Chisora switched to southpaw and tried to disguise some of his punches, that's when Usyk's eye got redded up, which shows me that you do take a lot of hits, you do take a lot of punches, but when you was at cruiserweight, they wasn't as effective. Joshua knows how to disguise his punches. Look at how he did. Look at how he knocked out Povetkin.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Usyk's going to be able to stand up to somebody who can box and hit.
Right, especially that mid-range uppercut that Joshua throws, bro. That can be the one right there. I'm telling you, I've been telling everybody. I think that's the one. You talk about like you said, disguising the punches. The way he brings that damn mid-range uppercut, that can be the one that put Usyk's lights out, fam. That mid-range uppercut that Joshua throws is so well too.
I can only see Fury actually holding one of those. If I'm being real, in the heavyweight division, I can only see Fury holding one of those because everyone else I look at, nah, they're open for that uppercut all night long.
Yeah. I think Usyk can get now. Usyk is smart enough to be able to stay away from it, but that's the one that can land though. And if that thing lands, I think it's nighty-night Usyk, man. You know what I mean? I don't think Usyk. Who's the hardest puncher he's been in the ring with? Gassiev? Maybe Gassiev or Chisora?
Chisora hits harder than Gassiev, man.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe not, bro. Gassiev.
Chisora hits really hard. He's one of the hardest hitting heavyweights. The problem with Chisora is you see his punches coming. So it's easier for a fighter to lean out of most of the power or absorb it because they see it coming. Right. When you don't disguise it, it makes it look like you don't hit as hard.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That's a fair point. Joshua Littlejohn, what's good with you, brother? I see some people just stepped in. Sergio, what's good, Sergio? Good to see you, my brother. Let me slide down this chat right quick. I'm always falling behind as usual. E-hole. All right, guys, my bad. I gotta keep up with the members too. Samuel and Lisa, y'all, when y'all shouting out people, that's the only reason. I'm trying to keep up with y'all comments. If y'all shouting out people, I don't really put it up though. Samuel says, Ralph on real, I know Tanks get all the credit from me. He beat a tough. Yeah, I give Tank credit too, man. I want to stick on Joshua and Fury for a little bit. I've been talking about Tank, but yeah, I agree with that, Samuel. I give him credit, bro. But just how much credit, right? People overblowing it on Tank side, and then the people that don't really necessarily go for the PBC or Tank, they're disrespecting the win, right? So Tank has to get some credit. We just have to be reasonable with how much credit we give him. We can't overblow this win because Mario Barrios was not a top 140-pound fighter, not even top 5. So we can't just pump this up like Tank is the bee's knees now. I heard people talking about he's ready, he's official, he'll beat Regis and all of this. Man, Regis will knock Tank little ass out, fam. If you got that much problem with Mario Barrios, trust and believe you don't want anything from Regis. Regis hits harder, he's much faster, much more elusive. You know what I mean? Mario Barrios didn't get his head off center line a couple of times. Yeah, Regis Prograis is very elusive and quick and sneaky too. And Barrios killed Tank over with that one body shot in the 5th round. Then he hurt him with another body shot. As a matter of fact, when he caught him with that straight and knocked him back into the rope, that was much less effective than those 2 body shots. Well, Regis Prograis is an excellent body puncher, as well as Josh Taylor. I don't see Tank beating either of those guys. So because he beat Barrios, what we cannot do is overblow his win. But at the same time, we do have to give him certain respect, bro. He came up 2 weight classes. No, this wasn't the top guy, but come on, bro. That is arguably, his first or second best fight. Because the only other guy you got is Pedraza, which would be arguably the best fight or the second best fight. I would say Pedraza was the better fight for Tank Davis in his career because Pedraza was more established and, he was fresher back then. But Barrios is, a close second because it's at 140. But then that's it. Those are the only 2 fights. That's it.
I would like to see Prograis against Boots Ennis or Prograis versus Crawford.
I want to see I want the Prograis Josh Taylor rematch, bro. Everybody hollering about Lomachenko and Teofimo rematch, which I believe was warranted. Don't get me wrong. It was a close fight. Lomachenko didn't really do shit the first 6 rounds, so the rematch between those 2 are warranted. But, bro, Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis was hella close.
Yeah. Could have went either way.
That fight definitely warrants a rematch. I would love to see that rematch. I think it never happens, but even still, that's the rematch right there. Josh Taylor Prograis.
I'm actually a Josh Taylor fan, but if I'm being honest, on the night of watching that fight, I thought Prograis won.
Yeah, I mean, the fight was so mixed up. I'm a Prograis fan, right? I'm like opposite of you. I'm a Prograis fan, and I think they gave the right decision. The right man won the fight. With that fight, Makai, I was like this. I was waiting for the decision. I was like, man, I don't even care who they give the decision to. Both of the guys deserved it.
Yeah, it was one.
That's how I felt about it. So when they gave it to Josh, I was like, cool, bro. That was good. He deserved it. He fought his ass off. If they would have gave it to Regis, I'd have said the same thing. I don't think anybody was cheated. I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was hella close. And you got 3 judges. So, you know what I mean? I seen it as Josh or a draw. That's how I saw it. Josh won or it was a draw. So the judges giving it to Josh, I was cool with that. Yeah, it was close. Joe says, can we stop with the AJ Cheney? He got in trouble. Yeah, I don't, Joe, I don't like that narrative. And a lot of that is Wilder lovers and AJ haters is where that Cheney narrative come from. But I think, let me tell you something. I think the narrative about AJ being Cheney is just as ridiculous as the narrative about Wilder being Cheney.
Neither of them are Cheney.
Neither of those guys are Cheney. Neither of those guys. How many heavyweights? You guys remember the 8th round of the first Luis Ortiz fight? How many heavyweights taking that type of barrage from Luis Ortiz?
Not a lot.
Yeah, they're going to hit the fucking cat because he hit Wilder with a hell of a barrage of punches. And Wilder stayed on his feet. The body shot from Fury, look at it, was balanced. It was a balanced issue. I'm not, and Fury's my guy. I'm not going to take anything, but it was a balanced thing. He had him going backwards. Fury caught him to the body and put him down. Wilder jumped right back up. Even when freaking Skip Bayless stopped it, Kenny Bayless stopped the damn fight. Wilder was arguing with him. It's not like he was out on his feet, hurt and couldn't fight. No, he was freaking arguing with the dude. So people, stop it with this AJ Cheney nonsense. He's not Cheney, bro. He got hit across the temple, got in trouble. Then when Ruiz was popping him on the chin, what the hell did AJ do? He kept getting back up. If you're Cheney, you're not getting back up.
Exactly.
Like, come on, bro. You're telling me, people telling me that Andy Ruiz hits harder than Klitschko? Hell no. And when Klitschko dropped Joshua, what did he do? He got back up. Bro, you kidding me? This dude is not Cheney. And I ain't no Joshua fan, fam. I'm a Fury fan, but just got to keep it a buck, bro. Joshua's not Cheney at all.
I don't think either of the 3 top heavyweights are Cheney.
No, yeah. No. I'm with you. Not Fury, not Joshua. We definitely can't sit up here and say Fury's Cheney. And he pulled the Undertaker getting hit with that right hand.
But like people forget that Fury has been dropped by Nevin Pikic. He got dropped by light heavyweight Steve Cunningham. But the thing is, when he got dropped, he got straight back up. So like a Cheney fighter, they get up and their legs are all wobbly and they don't know where they are. I've never seen Wilder, Fury, or Joshua not know where they are.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Like, yeah, these guys are not Cheney. It's just rumors from haters, Joe. That's all it is. Box fans, what's good, brother? What's good? Ralph said Pedraza is a better name. He's definitely a better name, but I just kind of meant level of competition because Pedraza is a better name, Ralph, but Mario Barrios gave Tank a tougher fight. Think about that. It was Barrios, and then plus, didn't he fight Pedraza at 30? He fought Pedraza at 30. He fought Barrios at 40, so, you know. I think the only way we could get undisputed is if AJ beats Usyk and somehow White ends up with the WBC belt. Well, Joshua, why you keep going with this White and WBC? The WBC is pushed back their mandatory till 2022, February. We don't have to worry about Dillian White, fam.
At the earliest.
Right. At the earliest, February 2022. White's not a factor. I think, and then here's another thing about people saying that, you know, or speaking against 4-belt undisputed. It's the most money to be made in this sport. You guys can get all in your ass about politics and all of that, but the reason politics exists, the reason we have to deal with so much of foolery in boxing as fans is because they're trying to make money. Okay? So they're not going to just throw away the biggest money-making fight in boxing. Everybody gets paid off of this, guys. You're talking $250 million. You start doing the 3% and the 10% and the 7% of that. Everybody gets paid. So while you guys thinking they're going to push away from that, no. The reason we deal with the crap we deal with is for money. They are going to chase that. They're not going to push away from that. Don't you guys get it? They're not going to push away from that. Don't you think any of these promoters, any of these sanctioning bodies want to be a part of the fight that breaks the Floyd Mayweather record? Don't you think that they remember how much money they all made when Floyd was making that kind of money? They want that again, fam. This is what y'all have to understand. It's about money. That's what it's about. And you guys are talking against the biggest money-making fight in boxing. No way they turn it down. They're going to do everything they can to make this 4-belt undisputed fight. I don't know why y'all don't get that.
There's a reason why you don't hear Dillian White talking about his mandatory shot, because he knows it ain't till February minimum.
Yeah. They're going to stall that dude out until they can get 4-belt undisputed. They don't care about Dillian White. That ain't going to bring no money, fam.
White, and listen, I actually like White a lot. I'm actually a White fan.
Right.
But White, when White lost to Povetkin, he spoiled his chances.
Yeah.
He gave the WBC an excuse not to give him that mandatory in February just gone.
Facts. And the last thing you want to give to Suleiman is any excuse to bring forth any more foolery.
Exactly.
You don't want to give Suleiman no excuses. That bastard's going to do it without any rhyme or reason. So you definitely don't want to give him any more excuses. Damn, I'm so far behind in the chat. 1-2 kid in the building. What's good? 1-2. He says, AJ and Usyk is a very interesting fight. I'm going to watch. Hell yeah, bro. I'm with you. Damn sure. Cheers, Biz. Big up to you. D. Hodges in the building. Shout out to my brother D. Hodges. Shout out to you and the LDBC. Salute to you, fam. Jeff in the building. All right, guys. I'm just sliding down. I know I'm behind as usual. Samuel Shaw says Barrios and Regis have a common opponent. Juan Jose Velasco. Barrios got him out sooner than Regis. Yeah, G great, man. Wilder got Dominic Brazil out sooner than Joshua. The hell does that mean? Like, come on, bro. Is that not right? Didn't Wilder knock him out in the first round? Didn't it take Joshua 7? It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Styles make fights, man. All heavyweights can punch. Tell me something I didn't know. Well, I don't know where that come from. You must have been responding to somebody in the chat. What's up with you, champ Shaw? Mr. Shaw, it's been a while. Yeah, Samuel took a break. He was out in Indiana messing with them hoes on Sunday. Yeah, Samuel, dude. Joe Rue. Let me see. H Money in the building. What's up, H? What's up with you? H Money, man, what's good with you, bro? Come holler at your brother, man. I ain't talked to you in a while. I ain't gonna say nothing about Devin Haney, man. I'm gonna save that until you get Bill over here to talk to me, bro. I'm not gonna bother you about Haney. Tank deserves credit for Barrios, but not too much. Barrios isn't even the best guy. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Sergio Matias, man, let me tell you, I'm glad you brought up Sergio Matias. He would have beat the hell out of Tank Davis. I'll argue that with anybody. What is Tank gonna do to that dude? Did you guys? Tank ain't gonna hurt Sergio Matias. He's not gonna hurt him. That dude chin is freaking made of titanium, fam. I don't know. I thought, man, look. Michael Williams Jr., that young boy at 140. 7. He's 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. He's fast. He has a killer straight right. And he's tough as nail. I seen Michael Williams Jr. had this fight at a catchweight at 143 with this guy that came from, he's boxer / MMA fighter. His name was Alshon Walcott, I think. Alshon Walcott or something like that. That I was about to curse. The dude came in the ring at 161 pounds, fam. He drops Michael Williams Jr. twice. Michael Williams Jr. gets up both times, and beats the living hell out of Walcott. So much that you're talking about a 6-round fight where the guy was dropped twice and still won by unanimous decision, which tells you how bad he was beating the dude Walcott. The only reason he was getting dropped like that because this dude was literally a super middleweight. True story, fam. Put Tank in the ring with a guy like that. Tank won that fight because Barrios couldn't hurt Tank and Tank could hurt Barrios. When you put Tank in there with somebody where it's opposite, does he win? If Tank can't hurt you, does he win? Tank gets hit entirely too much. Barrios, again, is not the number one guy, and Tank was getting hit entirely too much by that guy. Caught some clean punches. How about he catch a clean punch like that from Josh or Jose Ramirez or Regis Prograis or Maurice Hooker? How about he catches that? Or Sergio Matias? Tank ain't going to be eating no shots like that from those guys. I'm telling you, man, we cannot overblow this Tank win. H. Money said, Fury. Damn right, there's only one Tyson Fury, man. You're going to beat Wilder up, H. You're going to beat him up, bro. I think people are crazy thinking Fury can't hit hard enough to hurt a heavyweight. Well, yeah, let them keep thinking that, bro. That's all I say. Let them keep on thinking that, Jeff. These heavyweights punch, bro. D. Hodges said, forget about Charlo versus Castano, undisputed. Why? Why you saying that, D. Hodges? What do you mean forget about it? Why you hating on my man Jamel, fam? What's going on, D. Hodges? That came out of nowhere. Forget about Jamel Castano, undisputed. No, sir. Box fan says, Haney. You know, man, look, we talked enough about, I want to talk about that. Is it just me? Makai, let me ask you, bro. Would you rather, UK47, what's up, brother? Would you rather see, I just put a video out about this. I said I would rather see Teofimo versus Haney than Teofimo versus Lomachenko rematch. Which one would you rather see, Makai?
I would rather see Haney versus Teofimo, or Teofimo versus Haney. My bad.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, it's nothing. Look, it's sort of like Regis Prograde Josh Taylor. The rematch is warranted, right? Loma didn't do much the first 6 rounds of the fight. Once he started to turn it up, the fight got really good. So it's a warranted rematch. But I would rather see something new. I would rather see him clear up that situation and all of that yakety yak about 4-belt undisputed. Haney had a great performance, in my opinion, against Jorge Linares. Makes the fight interesting. I would rather see Haney versus Teofimo. Well, Bill Haney screwed that up. Bill Haney and Bob Arum. They're at fault here. Those two
the reason why I'd rather see the Haney versus Lopez fight is because number one, I think Haney put in an incredible performance against Linares. I think the one thing I'll say, because I am a Haney fan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big Haney fan. But one thing I don't like about Haney is he fights too the way he fights to keep the fighter off of him. You know, like how Floyd used to fight. He used to bait his opponents in. Haney won't allow any opponent. He won't bait any opponent in. That's why the opponents always see his punches coming, because he's trying to control the fight all the way through. And that's why people say, oh, you know, Haney can't knock anyone out and all this. I don't believe that's true. I just believe Haney is too much of a control freak in that ring, and that can be to your detriment.
Yeah, I feel you, Makai. Well, I gotta say yes and no about that. I'll tell you why though. But I do agree with your point of view about like what he does stylistically as far as trying to keep guys off him. Real quick though, Mark, what's good? Matt Chan, what's up? This is what I'm saying about that, Makai. I think he's not a hard puncher. I'm not saying he can't knock anybody out, but I think he lacks power, fam.
Yeah, he ain't a big puncher. I'm not saying he's a big puncher. Yeah, I'm not saying he
lacks power too. He lacks power. I say the same thing about Shakur. He lacks power, man. They're great boxers, but they don't really pack the best punch. Those two guys.
They both also have the same flaw when they're landing their big shots. You know what I mean? And that's they always lean over too much to one side, which means they don't have weight distribution down. That's very important for punching. They're always off balance, throwing power shots.
Yep. Let me change this. All right, we got some people up in the building. Green team, and Mad Chad in the building. What's up?
Hey, what do you say? D. Jefferson back in the Playhouse. Right on, D. Glad to have you back kicking around. I'm glad you're having a little time with your family. Great shit again, what you did, D. Jefferson. Let's go, DJ. James Harden shit his pants.
Appreciate you, bro. 150, what's good, brother?
The OG is back, man. What's up, DJ? You good, man?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling great, man. Y'all, we back in the building. Blues Boxing, I see y'all there. I buy houses. What's up with you, Joe? And Samuel Shaw said, EO Park, thanks. I had a brain fart. I couldn't remember. Oh, okay. Look, H Money, I agree with this, bro. Bob needs to give us the T.O. fight, he told us to beat Linares and we schooled Linares. I agree with that, H Money. That's a fact. And I said that in the video. You know, this is where I give Bob Arum his heat, but who don't know that Bob Arum is a snake? Who didn't know that? Like, come on, bro. See, and this is why I'm not, and H, I know you and Bill Titus, you know, thick as thieves and all of that. But, bro, I'm not excusing Bill Haney for that, bro. I'm not excusing Bill. And Bill is actually the culprit along with Bob Arum. Because you know this dude is a snake. Me and Bill talked about how much Bob Arum's a snake before. Everybody knows Bob's a snake. You don't put your faith in a snake. And during the Javier Fortuna, Ryan Garcia, when they crawfish Devin Haney as two mandatories, backdoored them and decided to fight each other. It was at that time that Devin Haney and Lomachenko start jaw-jacking at each other online about a fight. Bob said, okay. And that week, I talked to Bill. I forgot which channel I was on. It might have been Punches or somebody else. But that week in particular, I talked to Bill Haney. And I said, Bill, what's up with Loma, man? Why y'all don't go after Loma? And Bill Haney told me, he said exactly what H Money just said. Bob told us, hey, we beat Linares, we get the fight. Okay, well, you put your faith in a snake and he bit you. Well, you had, you know, the bird in the hand. Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, Bill Haney. You had the bird in the hand. You had the Lomachenko fight. Bob Arum said he entertained it. You should have forgot about Linares. Forgot all about Linares. Say, hey, let's go take this Lomachenko fight. What about all of the talk? Lomachenko ducked us. We wanted the Lomachenko fight. You could have cleared it up then. You should have went and beat up Lomachenko like y'all been saying y'all could beat him anyway. That was the more impressive win. But the biggest thing with this is if you would have taken Lomachenko instead of Jorge Linares, you knock Lomachenko out of the conversation because Lomachenko would have been beaten back to back by two young guns. He would have been beaten by Teofimo, come back, and then beaten by Devin Haney. It's no way Bob can throw him in front of that fight. So Bill got to eat that, bro. He got to eat that.
Yo, what's up, D? I don't got much time. I just came to holler at you real quick, see you was live, man. Just wanted to pay some respect and welcome you back and give my thoughts on Tank and the Teofimo situation. I don't think that Teofimo Senior or Junior, I don't think that Devin Haney was really a fight going to happen now because Teofimo Senior just said after Lomachenko just beat Nakatani that now that's what they looking for is a Lomachenko 2 fight, and then after this fight they talking about moving up. So I don't see a Devin Haney fight happening anytime soon, if ever. And I'm not even mad at T.O. if he don't fight because I kind of saw this happening. I kind of felt like Teofimo for real. The way he's going about his career, he don't need Devin Haney. The way he's moving, it's like he don't need Devin Haney because he got the win over Lomachenko. Because the Lomachenko, I think, is a more accomplished fighter out of Devin Haney and Loma. So I think as long as he got that W, I think he don't give a fuck about fighting. Excuse my language. He don't care about fighting Devin Haney. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you too, but that's why they blew it, Boone. Bill and Devin blew it when the Javier Fortuna fell apart. They should have went after Lomachenko. They should have said, okay, forget about Linares. Let's do it. Loma was ready to do it. Bob was ready to make it happen. And if you beat Lomachenko, don't sit here and tell me beating Linares is a bigger win than beating Lomachenko. That's stupid. Lomachenko was a way bigger win than beating Jorge Linares. And like I said, then that takes him out of the picture because who is in the way right now of Teofimo and Devin Haney? It's Lomachenko. So if Bill Haney would have not screwed around, messing around with this Linares fight because Bob Arum said such and such, the snake Bob Arum said such and such, and go beat his boy Lomachenko, then you take all of that off the table. Lomachenko's not a factor no more. No way Bob can throw Lomachenko. Fans wouldn't even cry for it. Look, Bob is going to still go for what's going to sell. If Lomachenko would have lost to Devin Haney after losing to Teofimo, that fight's not going to be the bigger seller. It's going to be the Devin Haney fight. and talking about Bob was talking about Devin Haney fighting a guy like Linares so he could put some stock into his name, so he could beat a valid opponent. Well, he would have put more stock in his name, beating Lomachenko. But he went after Linares instead of Lomachenko. So Bill gets the blame for that fight getting in front of him. Your fault, Bill. You should have took the Lomachenko fight and forgot about Linares. And as Bob, of course, Bob gets heat because he lied. He crawfish, he snaked him, bro. Everybody remembers Bob got right up on freaking, he was on Barbershop. He said it. He said it in an interview on Fight Hype. This kid needs to do something. He hasn't fought anybody. Let him go fight Linares, and then we'll sit down and talk the Teofimo fight. Well, he fight Linares, and he beat him very convincingly in beautiful fashion, Bob, and you still didn't give him the fight. But I'm blaming Bill Haney. You're a grown man. You run DHP. Devin Haney Promotions run by Bill Haney. You made the wrong decision, Bill. You went after the wrong guy. And it makes no sense you went after Linares when you had Lomachenko in hand. Now that you don't have the fight, the very guy that Bill Haney decided not to fight, that's the guy that's in your way of Teofimo. Had you had fought him and beaten him like you claim, because anytime you ask Bill about if Devin can beat Loma, he would have destroyed Loma. So had you fought him and beaten him like you claim you could have, he wouldn't be in your way. You would have eliminated him being in your way. No way in hell would Jorge Linares step in the way of Teofimo. Teofimo ain't interested in fighting no damn Linares. That's Bill's fault, and it's Bill's fault just as much as Bob. Y'all check that video out too. I put it up today. Bob and Bill, y'all hit that like for me. I need to get these video algorithms up. H Money, Samuel says H Money, Bob is keeping all the money in-house. Yeah, and that's another bonus where he's keeping it all at top rank. For sure, Samuel, for sure. Bob is going to hit him with his favorite line. They are asking for too much money. Yeah, Bob going to make up some type of BS excuse, Samuel. You know that for sure, bro. You know that for sure. I spoke to Bill yesterday. Their next business move will surprise you. Hey, bro, I hope so. I hope so. But that was a bad move there. And, you know, all I'm going to say is this. I don't really care where the blame goes. Blame Bob Arum, fine. Blame Bill Haney, fine. Only thing I'm going to tell you this, H Money, because this is what Bill does all the time, and you know it, H. And you do too a lot too. Y'all just blame the Lopez's. Teofimo ducking, Teofimo scared. So y'all don't start that nonsense about this Teofimo fighting Loma in the rematch. I don't want to hear that nonsense about Teo ducking Devin again and all of this because Bill blew it. Bill blew it. So you can't come around hollering about the Lopez's are ducking you now because you blew that opportunity, fam. That's also I don't really care who gets the blame. I just know that it's not Teofimo Sr. and Teofimo. Because, again, like I started this all off with, it's all about the money. And at 135, who is doing the most, making the least? H Money. Teo's doing the most, making the least. See, Bill and Devin getting paid. They getting their money. They getting more money than all of them. So they getting their money. They getting paid. Teofimo's doing the most but getting the least. So people can't keep expecting Teofimo to step aside doing the most work, taking the least money. At some point in time, he has to chase the money too. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, they all been chasing the money. So Teo got to get his share too. This is prize fighting, fam. He's done the glory. Right? He's doing more than all of them, than any two of them. He's doing more than those guys. So he's done the glory. He's got to get his money too. And clearly, Lomachenko versus Teofimo rematch is going to be a bigger seller. The only, Teofimo versus Devin Haney, the person who's the one who's going to make the most money out of that is Devin Haney. That ain't going to benefit Teofimo. Bob ain't going to pay Teofimo but so much money to fight Devin Haney. But Bob just came out and said he's going to make it very lucrative for the Lomachenko rematch. But you think Bob Arum's going to give Teofimo Lopez as much money to fight Devin Haney as he will Vasil Lomachenko rematch? Hell to the no. The only person who will benefit money-wise, monetarily-wise, out of Teofimo versus Devin Haney is the Haneys, bro, because they are not signed. They have their own promotional. They'll get paid a grip. So, hey man, Bill and Bob. It's the Bill and Bob show. They screwed that Teofimo Devin Haney. Aren't they fighting Robert Easter next? Oh, that'd be a good fight. I got Haney. What if they do fight Robert Easter next? Who y'all got in that fight? Who you got in that fight, Makai? Haney or Robert? I got Haney. It'll be an interesting fight, but I got Haney. All right, Mark. 50, who you got in that fight? Who you think wins that fight?
Haney gonna box his head off.
Yeah.
Haney gonna box his head off.
Well, the Boxing Lounge was good, brother. Let's go. Guna Season says they fighting Gary Russell next. Yeah, you know what, man? I didn't like the Gary Russell fight when they mentioned it before, and I don't like the Gary Russell fight now. You know, way back before Gamboa when they were talking about Russell, Haney beats Russell, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in a fight that I'm not intrigued by. It is a big name, but to me, that's not good for Haney. You're putting another big name on your resume that we all know you can beat. You're moving like Tank Davis. That's a Tank Davis move. A name that we know you can beat. That's all Gary Russell will be. Who think Gary Russell going to beat Devin Haney? I don't. So I mean, Robert Easter to me is a much better fight than a Gary Russell fight. It's more competitive. Robert Easter has the height, he has the reach, he can box. Well, nobody want to see Devin fighting no little old Gary Russell, bro. He got a little short, stubby arms, way shorter than Devin. He's not that damn fast to be getting around all the things Devin can do. Devin's a good boxer. He just proved that with Linares. Gary Russell. I mean, again, it's a big name. It'll be good for his resume, but it doesn't impress me. That's why it don't impress me.
Hell yeah, man. That nigga 126 pounder. Hell no. Fuck that.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah, fuck that. I think Devin Haney, they said the Fortuna fight, the Georgia Diaz win, he gonna be the mandatory for Devin Haney.
Yeah, what the heck is D Hodges? D Hodges, do me a favor, D Hodges. Do me a favor. I don't know. D Hodges, where you been at, fam? In the Twilight Zone? I got something for you, D Hodges. You bugging right now. I don't even know why he would even have to tell you this, to tell you the truth, bro. You bugging. This is something that D Hodges, you've been around me too long, fam. I thought for sure you already knew about this, but this is something that I've debunked long time ago, fam. What I'm gonna do for you, D Hodges, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Link in the chat to the video that no, I don't know if he's trolling or not, bro, because a lot of people still don't understand what went down with the whole Lomachenko and Luke, I mean Lomachenko, yeah, and Javier Fortuna and freaking Zaire Abdullayev and all of that, bro. When they decided to fight each other for the interim title, they severed all ties with Lomachenko. And they knew that they would have no rights at all whatsoever to Lomachenko once they decided to take that fight. I don't even know why this narrative is still out there. Why? I don't get it, bro. Mauricio Suleiman told them if they took the undisputed fight, it was a wrap. They weren't going to get to Lomachenko. So with that being said, D Hodges, you know, that's where people were talking about the whole duck situation, you know, Lomachenko duck. You know, D Hodges, you do realize that it was Bob Arum and Mauricio Suleiman that worked that deal in, and that Lomachenko had no clue. He had no clue what they were up to. Of course, they threw it in his lap, and he had to say, "Okay, whatever." But when they worked that deal out, Lomachenko knew nothing about that. He didn't know anything about that. Bob Arum finagled that deal, which is sort of like what Samuel was talking about earlier, so that he could keep everything in house within Top Rank. This is why he put that whole thing together, because he wanted everything to stay within Top Rank. Well, Suleiman did it for the same reason he did it with Canelo and Charlo, so he could get paid off of 2 champions. And Devin Haney and Zaire Abdullayev did it so that they could get an interim title and put themselves in place to eventually fight for the WBC title. But none of them had any rights. Neither of them had any rights to Lomachenko once they decided to take that fight. Mauricio Suleiman told him that we're not going to utilize the exclusion, the WBC mandatory. I meant we're not going to utilize the mandatory situation. So, like, again, guys, these narratives, bro. Just listen up and pay attention to some of this stuff. Like, some of these narratives we shouldn't even still be talking about, especially narratives that's been debunked months ago. I actually debunked this narrative last year, fam. If it wasn't last year, I believe it might have been last year, but if it wasn't last year, it was definitely close to the beginning of, close to the beginning of this year. But it's been literally months ago since I debunked that thing there, bro. But hold on, I found it. I was trying to find a video. Yeah, D Hodges, I'm gonna give you it's only an 8-minute video. You take some time out, my friend. Go watch this video here. Here you go, D Hodges. I'm gonna drop it in the chat right now. The link. Oh man. Freaking computer moving. I don't know, man. Hey, 50, I'll be right back real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, bro. MW was good, bro. He said D.I. just wisely trying to fight Loma now. Yeah, people trying to say Loma Doug Haney, man. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop that shit, bro. If Lomachenko's fighting Teofimo, why would he Doug Haney? That's all I'm saying. Shit, these spitting facts. The OG always spitting facts during the season. You know that. You've been here many times. OG don't play with that narrative shit.
No, I swear, I'm really starting to hate computers, bro.
What's up, Gunnar?
I just hate them, bro. They always.
You said computers.
Yeah, laptops, computers, always messing up. There you go. I found it right there. Click that link and you go watch that video. It's 8 minutes. And if you have any inkling of that craziness you was talking about after this video, we can't help you, fam. we can't help you. Because D Hodges, I got all the proof in there for you. I got proof. Things being said from Bill Haney, all receipts in that video. You go watch that video and you'll see 100%. That's all fugaziness, bro. They never ducked. It was no duck situation. They cut severed ties with having a Lomachenko fight when he decided to fight Zaire Abdullayev, and it was a monetary incentive involved in that as well. If you don't know what I mean by that, money was involved, fool. There's definitely money involved in that. Is it true Fanon was kicked from the LDBC because he works for MTK Global? Nah, I don't, bro. You know what? I don't know. Is that what happened? I ain't gonna say no or yes. I don't know why. I didn't even know if it was true or not, whether he was kicked from there, but I don't know what the situation was with that, man. Don't really care either. Probably better for Fanon he not locked into narratives. Facts versus narratives. Yeah, exactly, Samuel. Yeah, D Hodges ain't no troll. No, I don't know who
Yeah,
called him a troll.
Diaz ain't no troll. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Somebody called him a troll. No, Hodges ain't no troll. Hodges, look, we all get it wrong. Hell, I get it wrong. Samuel Shaw get it wrong all the time. So we all get it wrong. We all get it wrong, but D Hodges ain't no damn troll, though. He ain't no troll. I don't care if you do believe me, D Hodges. I want you to go watch the video so you can know. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to know, my brother. You go watch that video. It's only 8 minutes of your time. you didn't even have to press the like. I just want you to watch it so you can educate yourself. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta believe me. I ain't gonna lie to you. If anything, I'll be dead ass wrong, but I'm not gonna lie to any of you guys. I promise you that. If I'm wrong, but I ain't gonna intentionally tell no lies. D Hodges, well, what else can I say? You keep saying it when I explain it 7 times. Yeah, no, just misinformed, bro. I don't believe nobody in the chats either. I gotta go do my own research. Look at G. Jeffrey, Big Draco, adopted son, 150 Dreamcast taking over for props. Hey, man, there you go. Hey, look, look, 50. Samuel took the time out to watch Soldier Boy fight Bow Wow. Hey, Samuel, he sent me a text. Talk about who you got. I said, who I got? I didn't even know these fools was fighting, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know they was fighting.
Didn't know they was fighting, dog. Until Samuel Boxing Monster told me. I didn't know they was fighting. Who won that fight, by the way?
I did not know they fought. What the hell?
I think they had like a fight this past weekend or something. But I didn't see it. I want to know who won. Lil Bow Wow or Skinny Soldier Boy. Me, I accidentally timed you out. Sorry about that. Who you timed out by accident, Jeff? Jeff gave somebody the boot. Hey, man, I ain't gave nobody the boot in 43 days, dog. 50 days. Oh, man, I was going boot crazy, man. I had 40 below Tims on that damn charity line. I was kicking them out left and right. I ain't booked so many people the whole time I've been on. Look, 50, I ain't even lying. In those 43 days, man, I booted more people than I have in the whole 2 years, fam. Oh, man. But, 50 Cent, you in here, bro. Look, this is what we was talking about for the good part of this live. Anthony Joshua, I was saying that Anthony Joshua has to win if we still have a chance at 4 belt undisputed. It has to start with a Joshua win because Usyk winning, only politics is going to get in the way. Whether it's a rematch clause, because the money is not, the big money is Wilder Joshua or Fury Joshua. So we going to get 4 belt undisputed at heavyweight. I think it's predicated on Joshua winning. He has to win. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like he has to win because if he don't win, man, that stock gonna go down, bro. That shit gonna go down. Yeah,
for sure, bro. And American heavyweight, like Fury, Wilder upsets Fury. Wilder ain't gonna be obligated to give Fury no get back. Fury messed around with his 3rd fight, right? So if Wilder upsets Fury, another thing I say about Wilder, man, he had to have been at home kicking himself, especially after he lost to Fury the 2nd time, like kicking himself. I had the chance. I don't think him, Shelly Fink, or none of them blow this chance again at getting a piece of Joshua and all of that money. So if Wilder wins, that's an American heavyweight versus UK heavyweight. Huge fight. Biggest fight in boxing. And if Fury wins, biggest fight in boxing. So Joshua has to win this, bro. He has to win this. If he don't win it, we could just probably throw 4 belt undisputed at heavyweight, throw that away for another 21 years.
Yep, throw it down the drain, man. Flush that shit. Sure. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. Is the fight's official? Usyk Joshua?
Yeah. Eddie Hearn's getting ready to come out. They're gonna fight in September. He's supposed to be coming out this week to give an exact date.
Finally, man. That's still a good fight though. That's still a good fight. You know, that's a very good opponent to replace Fury since the fight didn't happen at first. That's a good opponent. But it ain't gonna be no cakewalk because Joshua struggles against them little guys, DJ. You know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Usyk might give him a little problem. But Joshua could win too. He probably could knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of power.
He's
Usyk can't
gonna
really
have to
hit that
clip
hard either.
Usyk, that's for sure. He's gonna have to
Yeah.
clip him and hit him with something good.
Yeah.
Usyk's a boxing ass dude. Jorge Monslave said, salute to the panel D. You guys think T.O. is going to fight Loma or Haney next? Maybe Loma can fight Haney before. Look, man, I think at this point, I don't even think Lomachenko will waste his time with Haney because Lopez Sr. and Bob shook hands. Well, they fist bumped on it on ESPN. And here's the thing, Jorge. I would say that there was still a chance, but Teofimo Lopez just did what? What did he just do, guys? He just re-signed with Top Rank. He just put all the power right back in Bob Arum's hands. Now, we know what Bob wants, that's how it goes. It's always been that way with Teo. Teo's not in a situation like Devin Haney. Devin Haney and Bill Haney run their business. Bob Arum runs Teofimo business. Once he locked him back up on the contract, it's what Bob Arum wants. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, what is it that Bob Arum wants? Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. That's what Bob Arum wants. So it really doesn't matter what Bill wants, what Devin wants. Doesn't matter what we want because Bob said, fuck the fans. So it doesn't matter what nobody else wants, but what Bob wants. Bob wants Lomachenko, Teofimo rematch. So I think it's going to be Lomo next, after Kambosos Jr. I think it's going to be Lomo. And I blame Bob and Bill. It's the Bob and Bill show. Bill should have took the Lomachenko fight while he had it. He had it, man. He didn't have to go after Linares. He went after Linares because Bob fooled him, basically. Bob played him. He played Bill like a fiddle, like a banjo. He played them. He said, oh, yeah, you fight Linares. That's a valid fight. We'll sit down for Teofimo Lopez. He fights Linares, wins in impressive fashion, very impressive fashion, and Bob gives the fight to Lomachenko anyway. So Bob lied. But when the Javier Fortuna fight happened, and Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna said, nope, we fighting each other. And Devin and Lomachenko start going back and forth. And then Bob Arum came out and said, hey, we'll entertain that fight. That's a good fight. Bill Haney decided to go for Linares. They should have scrapped the Linares fight. That fight wasn't locked in. It wasn't anything signed. Bill Haney said, he said to me himself, he said, well, Bob said we got to fight him and then we'll get Teofimo. Okay, so that's the route Bill decided to take. They're their own boss. Bill had the choice to take Lomachenko or to take Jorge Linares. It was Bill that decided to believe in Bob, the biggest snake in boxing, and take Jorge Linares. But Bill could have said, you know what? Nope. Let's go after the better competition. Devin Haney supposed to be the best. Why not fight the best? See, that's a problem that bit him in the ass again. The best should fight the best. Best fight the best. Demu, what's up with you? So if Bill Haney was actually on that, if that was the path he was on with Devin Haney, the best fight the best, he wouldn't be where he is now. Because Jorge Linares was not the best fight at that time. It was Vasil Lomachenko. A bigger name, a more valid win. And the biggest part is Vasil Lomachenko would not have been a factor right now. He would not have been in the front of Devin Haney and Lopez because Devin Haney would have been the second young gun to take Lomachenko out. He would not have had that stock. Teofimo would have beaten him. Then Devin Haney turned around beating him. What does all the fans want to see now? Both of these guys beat Loma. Who they want to see now? And Loma just took 2 losses back to back. And he never signed a rematch clause. That he wouldn't even have gotten a fight. So Bill ain't got nobody to blame but Bill Haney for Teofimo and Lomachenko being next. He can point fingers at Bob, but he got to eat it himself. We can blame Bob, and we can blame Bill Haney, but Bill can't blame Bob. Bill got to blame himself because you believed in Bob when you should have just taken Lomachenko when you had the chance to do it. That's how it goes down, bro. Man, forget about that, Hodges. You ain't even go watch the video yet. You still talking crazy. Stop man. I actually think that Tio was going to fight Haney next, and Bob didn't want to get cut out of the big money deal possible if it went to purse bid. He Samuel, he wouldn't have gotten cut out of any damn deal, bro. He makes more money if it went to purse bid. Dude, what are you talking about? We just went through this with the Kambosos Jr. situation. Bob makes 10%. 10%. Understand this, Samuel Shaw. I just told y'all Samuel is always wrong. He's wrong again. Understand this, Samuel, my brother. If Bob Arum handles the fight for Teofimo, he gets 10%. If Teofimo goes to purse bid, Samuel, Bob Arum gets 20%. So he would have made more money if it went to purse bid. Are you kidding me? I don't get, maybe I'm reading it wrong. Let me read what you said again. I actually think that Tio was going to fight Haney next. Bob didn't want to get cut out of the big money deal if it possibly went to purse bid. He wasn't falling for that anymore and locked up Tio. No. He locked up Tio so he could control him. But he got paid more money on the purse bid. The whole purse bid situation is because Bob was trying to pay Teofimo less money, and Teofimo Sr. and Teofimo knew that they were worth more than what Bob was trying to give them, and they was asking Bob for more money. Bob wanted to pay them less money than they just got in their last fight. Where they do that at? A kid that's just coming up in the game, you want to make more money than you did in your last fight. What Bob was about to do, Samuel Shaw, was pay Teofimo less money. He was going to pay him, Samuel, get the hell out of here, bro. From what I read when we was going through this whole situation with the Kambosos purse bid, is 20%. 10% if Top Rank handles it, and if it went to purse bid and Triller handled it, it was 20%. So I don't know where you getting your information from, you idiot. But I had to talk to a whole lot of people. But anyway, man. It just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Bob Arum finagled that deal because he's going to make more money with Lomachenko and Teofimo. And it's 10% off of Lomachenko and 10% off of Teofimo Lopez if he does it in-house. Which you would be right there, Samuel. He would make more money off of Lomachenko and Teofimo because he's getting paid off of both of those fighters. Whereas if he goes to Devin Haney, he's only getting paid off of one fighter. Now, if it goes to a purse bid with Devin Haney, he would get 20%. However, that still might not have been more money than if he handled the fight himself, because 10% from Lomachenko and 10% from Teofimo is going to be more money than 20% from Teofimo fighting Devin Haney. So just the numbers, Bob is all about the money. If the money works out for Bob, that's pretty much the direction he's going in. He's going to make more money off of Lomachenko, Teofimo. Not to mention that that's a bigger fight. It's a bigger fight because Lomachenko, Devin Haney just fought Jorge Linares. Before that, he ain't fought nobody. Lomachenko's already has a name, and Teofimo's already on the come up. So Bob looking for the money, bro. Whatever, that's all Bob. Bob's a snake in the grass. Bob Arum, crazy that this is allowed. Hey, Emil Carr, what's up? My man Emil Carr, Maestro. Y'all go check my brother out. Check his channel out, man. Emil be doing this thing. Hey, Emil, you going, you live at 5 today, fam? Put the link up, Samuel Shaw. Put a link up. You live at 5? Why you calling people idiots, bro? No. That's my thing over here, Maestro. No harm, no foul, bro. Everybody can call me an idiot because that's one of my favorite things. You idiot. That's what I did. I got a segment, Maestro. I got about 11, 12 videos, a you idiot segment. No, it's all love. It's all love. No offense taken from Samuel calling me an idiot. Yeah, D Jefferson catchphrase is you idiot. Yeah, there you go. That's my catchphrase. That's one of my things, though. It's all good. I appreciate you, Emil. See that? Maestro, I got my back, Samuel Shaw. You better watch yourself, son. We'll be getting reckless out here in these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? You watch your back, Samuel. Said G. Jeffries, I can't talk to guys who wear little hats. Whatever, man. I'm glad you start clowning at the 2-hour mark, bro. I'm gonna get out of here anyway. Hey, man, but yeah, you going live at 5? Oh, you said no. Oh, you at my home? Oh, okay. I see you. You down in Virginia Beach? Yeah, I done been down there too many times. But yep, you see my stomping grounds. I'm Norfolk. That's what's up, bro. Have a good time, man. Have a good time. Yep, Virginia Beach. Been there enough times. The water's dirty though. Too many ships out there. I will say that. A box to take that. Y'all crazy. All right, fellas. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. 50. Glad to see you, bro. I'm glad you slid through. Makai, appreciate you sliding through. It is the 2-hour mark. We keeping these things down, man. 43 days was enough for me. I ain't doing no more long lives, bro. The longest lives I would be doing is gonna be on fight night. That's when we'll get the 4 or 5 hour lives, but I gotta keep it down and I gotta start putting videos out. Hey, everybody, y'all please do me a favor and check the videos. I'm only dropping 1 or 2 a day, but I really need to get up into the algorithm because my videos suck balls. Everything sucks right now. We are out of all of the algorithms after the Mateo live. YouTube took us out of all the algorithms. My lives are to 0. My damn videos are to 0. So it's almost like rebuilding again, but it's all good. We here. So appreciate all you guys, man. Joshua has to beat Usyk if we have any chance at 4-belt undisputed, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. We back. Speaking Mind Sports Talk is back. Much love. Y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.
All right, DJ.